Today on the Spec Show, we're going to show you the leader search camera. So what we're going to show you today are some of the components of the search camera, the leader search camera. First, we'll start out with the control head, or the brains of the equipment. That's a 7-inch screen with that. Next are the batteries for it. There are two types. The lithium polymer battery, excellent run time, does not gain a memory. And then clamshells, because in USAR work you always have to have a plan B. Next, we'll talk about the boom, or the camera itself. It's a carbon fiber construction. This camera actually happens to be 7.9 feet as it telescopes out. It is submersible up to 6.5 feet with the actual optional plug that's in there. This is actually the control box mount to the camera itself. I'll show that just in a second. The battery charger. Very compact and plugs straight into the battery itself. This unit does not run off of AC alone and must have a battery. One set of high quality headphones with the headset, because this camera does have two-way communications capability. And last but not least, the sunshade that you can deploy, and we'll show you how to actually put that on the control box itself for bright conditions. So let's assemble your leader search camera and get ready to go to work. First, we'll start with the control head. Obviously, we have to put the lithium polymer battery in it. It snaps in the back just like that. And to remove it, push that tab forward and then push the battery out of the slot. After we put the battery in, let's connect the camera. There's a red dot that's on the actual cabling and on the control head to line up and make sure that it goes in very gently. Test connection. That's all you do. To remove it, pull the collar back and it pulls straight out. If you have to force it, something is wrong. Please reevaluate what you've done. Next, power the unit on. And that would be the button right here. The leader camera is a lot of intuitive controls here. It's like a mini computer, so it does take a while for it to boot up, so to speak. You can tell that software is loading. First, we'll go to the right. If you notice, the camera head is moving to the right, and my field of vision is moving to the right. Then we're going to the left all the way. This camera has 170 degrees of head movement with a 260-degree field of vision. Right here is the port for your speaker / microphone. And it's at this port that you would actually unscrew this with a slot screwdriver and to place it underwater should you ever need that operation. But before you do that, you need to put this plug in. It goes in hand tight. You can tell the rubber gasket is there to block any water intrusion. But remember, it is only 6.5 feet that you can go. But the boom is 7.9. As you can tell, I still have the headset on. I can hear fine because the mic is always hot. But what I want to talk to you next about is the fact that we need a sunscreen on bright days like today. So let me show you how that goes on. You grab the sunscreen, pull the elastic straps, and just slide it on. Very simple. Even if you've already connected the wires, now you can tell I can now easily see. So now that I have the sunshade on and I can see the screen very clearly, the camera's ready. I have function checked it at the site, at the staging area before I deployed. Now I'm ready to go to work. Now that I've put it into the space I'm ready to search, I make sure the light is turned up to adjust for my needs in the space. Smaller spaces require less light. Bigger spaces obviously require more to see more. And then I just go ahead and methodically check. all the while listening for any sounds of victims with the headset. Typically, we work in teams of 2. However, if you do find yourself you need to work by yourself and your partner has gone off to get something else, Leader has a camera control box adapter to mount to the boom. If you notice, really, it's a square ended. So you put in the adapter, screw it in. That simple. And then from here, this slides onto the boom itself. When it clicks, now you know you've got a positive connection. And from here, I can have the control head in front of me where I can work by myself, holding the camera and changing camera angles, going to the menu button, doing whatever I need to do to get this camera to do the functions that I need for it. So what I've shown you today is the Leader search camera, its parts, how to assemble it, and how to deploy it. If you have any questions about this type of training, go to specrescue.com for more information. For Spec Rescue International, I'm Ray Arizari.